What are the best states to buy tax lien certificates in? Not all states are created equal when it comes to tax lien certificates. One of the beautiful things about investing in tax lien certificates is this is something you can do from New York to California, Florida to Seattle. But not all of them are created equal. Some of them have some very unique things that you want to take advantage of, and other ones you want to stay away from. We're going to cover all of that in this video. Now, tax lien certificates are a very unique investment. And I constantly have people saying to me, hey, Sean, why don't they make this more uniform? Okay, listen, I don't want to get controversial here, but I think COVID showed everybody a lot about their civics lesson, if they will. Every county in the United States really approached the whole COVID lockdown a little differently. And when that happened, I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense because I've been in the tax lien world forever. For instance, we can go to a state, let's say like Texas, a tax deed state that has 256 counties. Every single one of them deals with it completely different. Or if you go all the way out to California or Arizona or any one of those, you got hundreds of different counties that are regulated by the state rules, but how they interpret them is completely different. So let's go back to the relationship. So if I'm in California and I got people saying to me, oh, California is very locked down, but I'm in a county, Placer County, that wasn't, yet the one right next to me was. Okay, that's what I mean by the relationship between that, because the county has the right to interpret the tax lien certificate's rules in that particular state. So every single state out there is different. I mean, but here's what the beautiful thing about it is. Let's go to New Jersey. New Jersey has over 168 taxing jurisdictions. So each one of the townships within New Jersey actually has a different form of what they want to do on that. So you say, well, that's just confusing. No, it's actually pretty cool because it eliminates, you know, some of the Blackwater or Vanguards or whatever coming in there and systematizing this and just going up there and gobbling up all the liens. You have to really get to know a particular jurisdiction, county, parish, whatever they're calling in that particular area, and find out how that county is interpreting the state rules. And you say, well, why is that cool? Because I don't care where you're at in the United States, you're gonna find something unique about it. I mean, we could take Chicago, for example, and I've done some other videos on Chicago on that. It's 18%, okay? It's a 3-year redemption period, but it's 18% for the first 6 months. And then it's another 18% on the second 6 months. And then it's another 18. It can go all the way up to 108%. That's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, that is kind of cool. But you're also bidding down the interest rate. So maybe you're only getting 5%, but you're getting 5%, then 10%, then 15%, then 20%. So now it gets up there. So again, knowing the rules are crucial. Okay, or you've got Arizona paying 16%, 3-year redemption period. Now remember, 16% per year, it's not 16 divided by 3. Okay, so that's pretty standard. You're bidding down the interest rate and all that good stuff, but they have a great aftermarket sale also. My point is, don't get discouraged. Wyoming has a great tax lien sale, but on first glimpse, you're going, oh wait, their interest rate is low, but they have compounding penalties later on. So, you know, I'm smiling because that's what I love this, because everywhere you go, Illinois, they have a tax lien and kind of a tax deed sale kind of on top of each other. But you go right next door to Indiana and it's completely different. Everything's a little, I don't want to call it the Wild West because it isn't. They have their guidelines at the state level, and how the county interprets those are really up to them. And it's crazy because I'll be in a county, and at first, you know, 29 years ago when I was first started doing this, I would say, well, wait a second. The county over here is doing it this way, what, you know, and they're looking at me like, I don't care what they're doing. This is how we're doing it here. They probably don't even know what another county within their same state is doing because it's kind of irrelevant. This is how we do it. Another example, I'm buying tax lien certificates in the panhandle of Florida. Over the counter, there's other videos I have on that. I'm gonna get 18%. I find a bunch of tax lien certificates, I'm calling them on the phone, and she says, hey, I wanna warn you, we won't let you buy these through the mail, you have to come in here in person. Well, I know for a fact that you can buy them through the mail, but she just told me you can't. So therefore she's right. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go there to buy the tax lien certificates. It was no big deal because it was a lucrative opportunity. But again, a county right next to Santa Rosa County, Florida, would probably have a different rule on that. I didn't look, it didn't matter. When you're in a county, the rules are what they tell you are. It's almost kind of strange. It's an interpretation of the state rules. So like you've seen in my other videos, look at the state statutes, read through the frequently asked questions on their website, and what the county does is how it goes. So be careful with that. I know there's a lot of information here. So here's some other things that you really need to be careful with. Some places you buy a tax lien certificate, and there's a lot of people out there going, oh, you just buy it and forget it. No. Not necessarily true. There are some states out there that require paperwork during the redemption period. And if you don't file that paperwork, your position is eliminated. So in other words, at the end of the redemption period, because you didn't file certain paperwork, the county says, hey, you've lost your opportunity. Well, I wouldn't want to know that at the very end, that I basically donated money to the county. So again, you need to understand how that state, number one, and the county interprets the rules. Super important, because I've been in states like I've talked about earlier, Illinois, where one county does it completely different than the other, or Florida. Florida has some great things. Yeah, you're bidding down the interest, but there's some flat penalties if they redeem early. So it's funny how I see people go, oh, you wouldn't believe what I found in Waka Waka County, whatever that is. And I'm going, that's cool. And they're going, you should see what I'm looking at. I'm going, that is fascinating. But every county out there has something interesting about it. And sometimes it's interesting to the point where you're like, I ain't doing it. Okay, there's too much there. They're making it a pain. Okay, or, oh my God, I just found a gold mine, where you're digging in there and you find that it doesn't take a lot to make a lot of money. For instance, again, I've mentioned Illinois, I've mentioned Arizona, I've mentioned Florida. I mean, in New Jersey, they have rules in some of the townships that if you bid on a lien and you're the successful bidder, you get the first right of refusal for the second year's tax lien. So they're going, okay, I'll take 5% on this one, but I get 18% on the second one. Well, that's kind of cool. But if you try to apply that to Baltimore, they're not going to do it. Here's another one. Baltimore, bringing up that. Okay, they're at 18% when PG County, Prince George's County, is at 24%. But it's a 6-month redemption period. So again, there's all of these things out there that you've got going for you. It's important to know every single rule in your particular area that you're interested in. And I'm not talking about in your backyard, okay? I have never bought liens in my backyard because when I go duck hunting, I go where the ducks are. I go where the deals are. So you find the county that you like, or several counties, and we've got other videos on that, and make those happen. There's a lot of information there, okay? I've got people that'll walk you step by step through that whole process to help you get going. All you need to do is go to higginsmethod.com. That's higginsmethod.com. Click the link down below there, and I'll get somebody to help you out there. God bless and good luck.